Daily current affair. Hello student, here we are going to see the daily current affair, and this is the June 15 July 2025. Here there's a read like the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana completes 10 years of the implementation. Ministry of Skill Development Entrepreneurship launch PMKVY in 2015 to promote skill development in India. Skill development in India. Skill development in India. Next is the read like this. About the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Presently, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is in its fourth phase. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0, and it has been made a key component of central sector scheme for a Skill India program, along with two other components. Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which offer financial support for apprentices, stipends, etc. Jan शिक्षा संस्थान scheme which offer vocational skill to non-literates, neo-literates, and school dropout. Three types of training under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana include short-term training, national skill qualification framework, aligned course, and on-job training, recognition of peer learning, industry recognition certificates of existing skills, a special project, a special a special project, a special a special project customized skill training for marginalized groups, difficult areas, specialized or future job roles. Next key achievement of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana: improve access to skill training over 1.63 crore youth trained since 2015. Targeted skilling, Brute Tribe, Tripura region inmates in Assam, Manipur, and 70% women under the Punk project. Social equity and inclusion, 45% women participation, and significant inclusion of SC, ST, and OBC. Future-ready workforce, inclusion of emerging technology like AI or IoT, robotic and 5G technology, and cyber security and drones and green hydrogen, etc. Promotion of traditional crafts, upskilling project for artisan and weaver in Nagaland and JNK. Design principle of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Industrial Connect, and on the job training, digitalization of training ecosystem, focus on entrepreneurship, creation of national pool of assessor and trainers, focus on new age skill. Next topic is Niti Ayog report. Report analyze implication of USA tariffs on India's trade. The report offer a comprehensive analysis of implication of USA tariff on India and also offer insight for increasing India's export competitiveness, implication of current USA tariff regime on the India market share expansion. India is positioned to gain market share in 61% of its trade value and export to the USA. Competitive advantage India gained tariff ease over China, Mexico, Canada in key sectors like nuclear reactor, iron, steel, and textile, electrician, electrical vehicle sector. The disadvantage average tariff disadvantage is only 1% where India faces a slightly high tariff. Opportunity in sector of the high value electronic, nuclear reactor, and labor intensive goods. Example, April textile policy measure to be adopted for boosting merchandise trade, enhancing export competitiveness, expand and PLI scheme to labor intensive sector, rationalize electricity tariff by reducing cross subsidization, trade facilitation, market access, improve authorized economic operator program, launch target scheme under the export promotion mission, diversify partner agreements, become part of the bigger supply chain. India, EU, FTA, Jan Vishwas for boosting service trade, negotiated service focus FTA online of the model of the India UK agreement, broaden mutual recognition agreements to expand professional opportunity, simplify licensing and regulatory compliance such as inconsistent data compliance, intellectual property, concern for service export, promote innovation, skill development by investing in skilling and technology. Example, digital health, fintech, cloud computing, and tech, etc. Need need to increase need to increase need to increase setup rate of global capability center in India. Finance minister urged industry and government to work together to boost the setup GCC and attract more Fortune 500 companies which are yet to establish their presence in India. On an average, one new GCC per week was set up in the year 2024. About GCC, it is known as the Global In-House Center Captives. The central captive are offshore center established by global firm to provide various services to their parent organization, e.g., IT service, research and development, and customer support. They operate within the internal organization structure of the global corporate organization. Major driver in India cost efficiency and digital policy and readiness, a smart city, digital India, talent availability, highly skilled, cost-effective for workforce with English proficiency, large consumer market, etc. Challenge in development of the GCC in India, limited availability of a skilled workforce in tier second and third city, infrastructure gap, physical and digital connectivity, complex regulatory structure, cyber security threat, a strategic intervention require embrace next gen technology. Example, AL automation, cloud computing, etc. Navigate geopolitical complexity, adopt agile governance model to respond swiftly to complex geopolitical scenario, resulting regulatory uncertainty. Redefine workforce, a strategy of scaling of the talent, adoption of the new age skill and the hybrid work model, sustainability, aligning GCC with environmental social governance goals. A status, a status of CGG in India. Global presence. India hosts 1800 CGS, accounting for 50% of all CGG. Worldwide economic contribution, direct gross value addition is $68 billion, expected to increase to the 150 200 billion by 2030. Employment figure imply 2.60 billion people expected to reach 2.5 and 2.6, 2.8 billion by 2030. Growth rate at 11% CAGR over the last 50 year, contributing 1.6% to the national GDP. GDP. Next, India achieve next India achieve 50% of its install install electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel source. According to Ministry of New Renewable Energy, India has reached gigawatt of total installed electricity capacity with 15.08% electricity fossil fuel installed capacity, 5 years ahead of the target set under its nationally determined contribution to the Paris Agreement. Key initiative behind the rise in India's renewable energy capacity. PM Surya Ghar scheme facilitated around 7 lakh rooftop solar installation. PM Kusum provides solar power pump to farmer, enabling energy secure agriculture. Many chance commission and the power from renewable reach estate, reach estate, reach estate, green energy, green green energy open access rule 2022 promote renewable energy access for consumer. Foreign direct investment policy 100% FDI permitted under automatic route in renewable sector. Viability gap funding, VG, VGF, a scheme for implementation of offshore wind energy project. Significant of the achievement. Global climate leadership. India proved that developing country can lead the clean energy transition without compromising economic growth, reduce import dependence, enhance energy sovereignty, reduce vulnerability to global price volatility, diversify energy portfolio, create a resilient energy mix with multiple renewable source, job job creation, industrial growth, massive employment generation across the renewable energy value chain. Supreme Court Supreme Court emphasized on fraternity among citizens for reducing hatred on social media. Supreme Court also stressed on the need for a citizen self-restraint and regulation in the exercise of the freedom of the speech, especially on the social media. Supreme Court observation: having an opinion is one thing, but to say Supreme Court Supreme Court observation: having an opinion is one thing, but to say that in a particular way is abuse of freedom of speech which is leading to unnecessary litigation, overburdening law enforcement. Citizens should self-regulate social media, but if Self-regulation fail, the state may have to intervene to curb decisive tendency. Article 15 of the Constitution of India granting freedom of speech and expression is enforceable both against the state vertical application against other citizens horizontal application of fundamental right was recognized by the Supreme Court in Kaushal Vikas cases. Impact of the social media on freedom of speech, positive impact, democratization of voice gives voice to marginalized and underrepresentation community, strengthen participation democracy, allows citizens to participate in political, social accountability and transparency. Citizen and media use platform to hold authority authority accountable, raise issue of the public importance, and negative negative impact. Misinformation and fake news clean lead to panic, riot, defamation, hate speech, and abuse. Online harassment, abuse, trolling affect individuals socially and mentally. Algorithmic bias, algorithm reduce exposure to diverse idea and amplify certain kinds of the content. Also in use, sequencing technology. Next generation E10 sequencing train are to be introduced simultaneously in India. So 508 kilometer Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train project in Japan. About Shinkansen technology, Shinkansen is Japan's high-speed bullet train. It is the world's safest and most reliable high-speed, high-volume, and high-frequency transport system. Key feature deploy crash avoidance principle by means of two systems: dedicated track for high speed rail that is free of level crossing ATC system, automatic train control system that prevent any crash by controlling train speed, aerodynamic optimization of the leading shape vehicle, noise reduction, energy efficiency, traction system, and ride comfort. Counterfeit goods, German brand, counterfeit goods, German brand Barke stocks filed a civil suit in the Delhi High Court against manufacturer trader in Delhi and Agra for selling counterfeit version of its scandal. Counterfeit market in India. OECD in its 2022 report identify India as a key origin country for counterfeit goods trade globally alongside China, Turkey, and UAE. A 2022 Grishil study estimates that counterfeit goods make up about 25-30% of India's retail market. Under the India's law, brands can protect their product through the Trademark Act 1999, the Design Act 2000. These allow the right for legal action for injunction, seizure of the counterfeit stock. Ram Air Turbine preliminary report of Aircraft Incidents Investigation Bureau on Ahmedabad Air India airplane crash mention deployment of Ram Air Turbine. About the Ram Air Turbine, it is a small turbine usually placed in a compartment in a fuselage or wing of aircraft function to provide emergency power if the plane's main system fail. It generates power from the airstream based on the speed of the aircraft and is connected to an electrical generator or to the hydraulic jump. It can be deployed either manually or is deployed automatically follow complete loss of power. Talisman Cyberies exercise. Australia's largest military exercise Talisman Cybery 2025 officially commenced in Sydney exercise Talisman Sabri. It involves 19 nations, 35,000 military personnel across land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. Major participants USA, Canada, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, UK, and etc. Observers Malaysia and Vietnam. It involves live five exercise field training activity, amphibious landing, ground force and maneuvers, and air combat maritime operation. Place in news: Australia and India are gearing up to the strength partnership across vital sector with the 2025 Matri grants. Matri grants administered by the Centre for Australia-India Relations supports greater exchange and collaboration in cultural, educational, research purpose, political feature, location, southern hemisphere, maritime boundary, India Ocean, West, South Pacific Ocean. It is the smallest continent and the world's sixth largest country. Geographical feature: highest point Mount Kosciuszko, the East Highland, the Great Dividing Range, the Great Barrier Reef located off the east coast of the Queensland is the greatest mass of coral in the world. It was designated as a World Heritage Site in 1981. Major resource: gold, iron ore, lead, nickel, rutile, uranium, zinc, and zircon. Consumer Price Index. Retail inflation hit a six-year low of the 2.10 point in the June 2025 as per data released by Central Statistics Office under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. About the consumer price index, it measures change over time in the general level of the price of the goods and service that household acquire for the purpose of consumption. Function: microeconomic indicator of the inflation tool by the government and central bank for inflation targeting for the monitoring price stability as deflator in the national account for indexing dearness allowance to employee base share of CPI has been revised to 2012. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority Central Fixed Price 21 key drug formulation through National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority about NPPA established in 1997 through a Government of India resolution as an attack office of the Department of the Pharmaceutical Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. objective to serve as an independent regulator for pricing of the drugs and to ensure availability and accessibility of the medicine at the affordable price. Function: fixing and revising drug price as per the provision of the Drugs Price Control Order misuse by the DPO. Quantum noise: a study revealed that quantum noise can sometimes generate or revive quantum entanglement. Quantum noise refers to the unwanted disturbance that affect quantum system leading to error in the quantum computation. Traditionally, quantum noise is seen as the enemy of the intangible system, causing them to lose their entanglements or phenomena known as the decoherence. Quantum entanglement is a mysterious link that binds particles of the same origin across space and time. The Bedenkana festival, a sacred Bedekhana festival, was celebrated in Meghalaya. About the Bedekhana festival, the festival meaning driving away the flood, symbolizing a spiritual cleansing, community resilience. It is the most important dance festival of France and Janitias, celebrated annually in July after the sowing period. During the festival, young men make a symbolic gesture of driving away of the evil spirit and plague and the disease by beating up the roof of every house with bamboo balls. Games like that, lacrosse, football like a sport play with a wooden balls, latins, bang, tunga, war are play. Australia. Australia and India are gearing up to a strength partnership across vital sector with the 2025 Maitri Grants. Maitri Grants administered by the Center for Australia-India Relations support greater exchange and collaboration in culture, education, research purpose, political feature, location, southern hemisphere, maritime boundary, Indian Ocean, South Pacific Ocean. It is the smallest continent and the world's sixth largest country. Geographical feature: highest point Mount Keshuchika, the Eastern Highlands, and the Great Dividing Range. The Great Barrier Reef, the located off the east coast of the coastline, is the greatest mass of coral in the world. It was designated as a World Heritage Site in the 1981. Major resource: gold, iron ore, lead, nickel, rutile, uranium, zinc, germo, etc. So, student, I would like to here stop. Here I will reach to the